Welcome, YellBro. I am Jordan, and today, AOC. I think she's kind of dumb on this whole Israel-Palestine conflict, even though people may say she may say some correct things. But before I get started, U.S. vetoes UN resolution calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. The U.S. was the only member of the 15-member Security Council that didn't vote in favor of the resolution. Not even for ceasefires can these fools vote with the UN on some sort of peacemaking venture. Every fucking time. Incredible, huh? So, people that saying, oh, Trump's beefing with Netanyahu, he doesn't like him. You're full of shit. Here's more evidence. It's not the only evidence. It's one of many articles of information in favor of the idea that Trump is a Douglas Murray. Like, what, at this point, it's like, what more do you need? But there's some people still clutching at the coattails of an orange penguin. So just wanted to say that. Also, don't forget to share, support, or hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them, then donate. Thank you. So here we have AOC, and the squirrel here has a little caption here. AOCIA. All right. Yeah, and here's a quote. The U.S., our responsibility is to the stability and security of the region. That means being able to support Israel in its defense capabilities. Now, that's the most important words here. Defensive capabilities. Or defensive capacities, my bad. Bad eyesight. Whatever. The point is, it feels like you've been in politics long enough, AOC, to know what that means. What the word defensive means. What the word target means, what collateral damage means, like the actual real meaning of these things. See, as far as the Pentagon and the, I guess, military-industrial complex, whatever you want to call it, defense actually means offense, from what we've seen throughout history. Right? Defense means, I need to shoot that guy over there, because he might do something one day. Right, and that's what defensive usually means. But let's hear her talk first. You'll hear it in her own words. And I just want to add, like, once again, 23-second clip, not fair context. I don't know what date they grabbed this from. I looked through her TikTok. I think this is probably an older video. I probably should have looked harder. I just didn't. But the point is, it's for me. It's more for me to make a point about something rather than, I'm not here to, burn down AOC, I guess. Like, oh, there could be more words said before this, obviously, and said after this, obviously. But here this is in a vacuum. Let's hear it out. Here we go.
I would say that the United States,
it's loud.
Our responsibility is to the stability and the security of the region.
Now, anyone can say words like that, and we don't know exactly what the fuck you mean by that, because once again, the U.S. government's idea of stabilizing regions has been nothing but destabilizing until the right Douglas Murray dictator cunt motherfucker takes office, like we're seeing in Syria, right? So this idea, like you say, you want to see stability in the region. Like you are not allowed to pass go until you fucking explain what the fuck that means to you. Because Dick Cheney will say similar words and mean something completely different, unless you mean the same as Dick Cheney. Maybe she does. But keeping it in vagaries like this only works with the fucking normies, bro. Doesn't work with anyone else. Everyone else is waiting for actual things to be said, actual plans to be laid out, actual political or geopolitical ideas actually put on the table, not just vagaries like this. So either she's just dumb as shit, or she's doing this on purpose to trick people. One or the other. Because she has to realize when someone like Dick Cheney says neutralizing a target, he means killing someone. Like, hey, we're gonna kill someone with ballistic missiles or drone strikes or strap bullets, sniper rifle, whatever. We're gonna kill someone, right? So saying something like stabilize a region could mean partitioning an entire country into portions. And it's like, you don't fucking live there, but yet you're dictating. You know, right now there's this idea of in Syria of cutting it into four pieces. I think four, right? Israel's the new Syrian Al Qaeda government, a portion for Alawites, a portion for Kurds. There might be one more. All right, did I get there? Israel, as in like the Golan Heights and their expansion towards in southern Syria, expansion towards Damascus. The Al Qaeda the new Al Qaeda Syrian government. I think it was the Alawites and the Alawites, which would be near the Russians for protection, which I don't know how long that's going to last, and then the Kurds, right? I think it's those four, and that is straight from, you know, the Council on Foreign Relations. I did a video years ago talking about Tulsi Gabbard, like why I wouldn't support her or why I won't vote for her. And these are one of the ideas, something that was worthy of criticism that didn't get enough criticism, I think, which was her having that CFR talking point of partitioning Iraq into sections. It's like, man, it's so chaotic, we don't know what to do. Like, how about you don't destabilize it in the first place? How about that? Let's start there. Let's not destabilize countries. But a lot of these guys, a lot of these politicians, they say things. Even you can even like the mainstream guys, like journalist guys, like a Piers Morgan. Maybe he's in this camp in regards to people that say things well after the point where it's too late. Like it's too fucking late. And they're like, well, what else can we do? Everything's already happened. So I guess we got to partition Syria or partition Iraq. It's too late. The reason why we went in the first place, yeah, that's bullshit. But that already happened, so what do we do now? And I'm like, this is why I beg politicians, if you're going to be, for me, if you're going to get Jordan's vote, I need you to retroactively go over all the fucking shit the U.S. has done in these regions that you want to fix up so badly. Name all the corrupt actions that the U.S. has done in those areas. And then we can move forward. Like, oh, maybe if the Syrian people, the actual Syrian people, like heard, they're like, yo, we purposely destabilized your country. I'm sure a lot of them know that already, but putting it out there on the world stage for the entire world to see, like, yo, this is what happened here. And so us coming in and trying to provide some sort of solution is not the way to go. Right? We're not making a peace deal in that situation. Just like with Trump doing all the destabilizing in Syria for his first 4 years, all right, as president. Then he comes in, and the dictator, the Al Qaeda guy he wants is now the president of Syria. And then you say, okay, we want peace. See, look, I'm bringing peace to the Middle East. I know a lot of normie motherfuckers don't know that shit. I know a lot of Trump fans don't know that shit. But it's like, holy fuck. You're claiming to provide a solution for a problem you caused in the first place. And you're going to say, make yourself a peacemaker. So that kind of, I went off in a tangent there, but the point is, when you hear someone say stabilizing the region or stability of the region or anything like that, it's like that makes it worrisome. I would think she would know that, but she might just be that dumb. if she does know what that sounds like, she's probably in on it. Meaning, good luck with a anti-war AOC presidential run. Good luck with that. But there's gonna be believers you watch. There's gonna be people like, yeah, but she's better though, right? And it's like, man, I've heard that before. And they get 4 years of presidency. Like, were they that better, huh? What happened, guys? They were better? How? School lunches, bro. The judges, bro. Anyways, let's keep playing.
That means being able to support, not support, yes, Israel in its defensive capacities, right? In its ability, in that context. I would say.
So it seems like there's words after that that should be heard too. But the idea of supporting Israel in their defensive capacities, it's not like she's leaning towards like, okay, like the Iron Dome, which is something I believe she voted for before. Right? I'm pretty sure she voted for that, in support of that. I think she should learn the ins and outs of what that exactly means. Because the way Israel uses it, as far as I understand, yes, it's for, the rocket fire that goes over there every so often, or if the Houthis in Yemen start firing shit over there, I'm sure there's some capability. Like, okay, got it. But what I've seen historically so far is that they fuck up other countries, or they fuck with other countries, or they fuck with whatever people they fuck with, and they have this little barrier to protect them after they're done throwing the stone. Instead of throwing the stone and hiding your hand, it's throwing the stone and hiding behind an iron dome. And it's like, not to say that they should get hit with bombs or some shit like that. That's horrendous. That's horrible. But it's man, it's like they're not using it for defensive capability. It's just in my opinion, it looks like an offensive tactic where we can fuck with you and you can't fuck with us. That's what it looks like. So even in that regard, I think she's wrong. And you know what? AOC, I mean, you should be asking for full documentation. Like, what are these things that we send to these countries? What is it? Here it is in full-blown detail. If I'm president, that's never happening. It's done with as of the day I become president. If, if Netanyahu gets kicked out or gets arrested for corruption or something and goes to jail, and some new guy comes in or new lady comes in, he should still be maintaining that policy, right? It's not about Netanyahu, right? It's about whoever's at Douglas Murray over there doing Douglas Murray shit. You're not getting any fucking weapons. And whoever else, like, you're not getting fucking weapons. I'm waiting to find someone who, please, someone show me in history where people are using weapons the correct way. Like, really. And once again, go through the full context of why people are in those war zones in the first place. And come to find out, you might learn some shit and be like, oh fuck, wait a minute. This war's kind of bullshit reasons why we're there. This war's kind of bullshit. Even the great wars, right? The good wars. Even those one, look into them. Like, why the fuck are we there? I've heard people bring evidence that, hey, some of these things are suspect of the reasons why the U.S. is involved in these things in the first fucking place. That Hitler guy, remember that? Heard there's a lot of American companies helping that fool out. IBM, Ford, on and so forth. Apparently some of these companies were helping this fool out. Imagine if they didn't, and then let's say they had a moral backbone. They're like, yeah, we're not helping you with this shit. And in fact, we're going to tell everyone that you're doing this shit. So you never get there in the first place. I have at least a little bit of faith that if you told the German people, right, like, if you can get past the propaganda and tell the German people, like, yo, this is exactly what's happening. Do you actually support this? I think a lot would say no. right? Alleviate the idea of fear about behind it too. Like where like, oh fuck, if I say I don't love this, I'm gonna get shot. Like just them freely answering these questions. I think they would say, nah, we're not with this. So part of me believes that. Actually, a lot of me believes that. But whatever. Okay. Point is, AOC. I'm sure there could be more context to this. Let me take a peek. Let me try again. Was it AOC in the house, right? Okay, AOC in the house. There it is. Okay, so the first image is the first image. Okay. Oops. In her office like that. Let's see. Is it right here?
I would say that the United States, our responsibility is to the stability and the security of the region. That means
See, I was
being
just
able
lazy.
to support, not support, yes, Israel in its defensive capacities, right, in its ability in that context, but it also means that the United States has a responsibility to ensure accountability to human rights, to prevent the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians, and to ensure that horrors do not happen in the names of victims who do not want their tragedy used to justify further violence and injustice.
Right.
Beautifully said.
I would say.
Okay. So okay, so I'm seeing more of the picture and what the squirrel and other people are saying. And she's basically saying like Israel has the right to exist, right? Like we've heard 10 million times. But what exist means is arm them, arm them, and like, hey guys, you're killing too many civilians. So since you're killing too many civilians, we're gonna like not give you so many weapons anymore. I guess is the idea. I'm like, shouldn't someone be held accountable for all this? Shouldn't you like do some criminal investigation shit, AOC? Before you start giving any type of support? Like, yo, find out who's who and who's a part of it. Name them, and boom. The Israeli people can now look at their own society and look at themselves like, okay, these are the guys that were purposely targeting children, purposely targeting civilians, or knowingly targeting civilians for the sake of land grabbing. So once again, the first thing, period, should be like so that there's no questions about it. Is full scale investigation by trustworthy. Don't forgive me. I don't know exactly what to say, but I would think a certain amount of journalists and a certain amount of like, criminal forensic people, like crime scene forensics experts at these things, like allow them to do their job in those areas, meaning full-blown ceasefire, period. And guess what? Holding back weaponry and certain things, maybe that causes a ceasefire. Maybe it was like, all right, fine, fuck. Granted, it sounded like Netanyahu was ready to say, oh, if we have to, go on with this without the U.S. if they take away aid, which wasn't the case, right? That's bullshit, but it sounds like he was still willing to keep going. Meaning, here's what would happen. I'd find some brave souls, non-violent brave souls, not soldiers and warriors and shit, but like investigators, journalists, whoever, that had like, yo, we're going in there. Yo, Gaza, do you accept us in your territory? Yeah, then we don't need Israel's permission to do anything. Now we can just go right in. And then, like, those brave souls will be risking their lives for sure. But it would kind of be like, okay, world, you're all watching. Here's Israel. Oh, they're gonna shoot Americans now? Would they actually do that? Would they be able to pull that off? I'm sure they'd be like, oh, well, it was Hamas who did it. Oh, don't worry about that. We're sending more people. Don't worry. Hamas can't kill all of us. We're sending more people in. Don't worry. To do some investigating. And bringing food with us, too. To directly hand to Palestinian people. Directly hand it to them. Oh, we're also sending negotiators in who are willing to risk their lives to attempt to talk to Hamas somehow and like get the hostages out, the Israeli hostages out. We're doing it all. We are sending the fucking love gang to take care of shit because you fools don't know nothing but bombing and shooting and killing people and starving people. Not the citizenry, but the fucking government. Thus, we're gonna dare these cunts to shoot at Americans. Dare them to. With brave souls. Real bravery. But, you know, one could dream. But yeah, alright. Going back to AOC. I mean, she has. She might not know what that sounds like. Like the support their defensive capabilities in the sense of defense, but like, what does that actually mean? Because we hear that used all the time. We took, Dick Cheney can get on a stand and be like, "Oh, look, we're taking defensive measures in Iraq right now." It's like defensive. I mean, that doesn't mean exactly what that means. You would think AOC would know that, but here's my opinion of the lady. She's either too dumb to be there, or she's a part of the game. One or the other. And hey, I'll leave room. She might just be that dumb. So I'm like, okay, maybe you're too stupid to be here. Leave, because you're too dumb to be here. And she has a heart of gold. She's just dumb as rocks. Get the fuck out. I appreciate you trying. Get the fuck out. Or she's part of it. In which case, get the fuck out. Get out. Leave. Go back to kindergarten ethics. But, alright. I also don't think it's fair for those guys cutting off the video like that. Right? Because she's bringing up the atrocities that are happening there. Right? In Gaza. She's bringing up the atrocities, but it's always, what's the word? It's always qualified. The statements are always qualified with a, we need to protect Israel no matter what type of thing. Like for defensive measures. Right? It's like, would AOC ever be like, okay, let's build an Iron Dome for Gaza. Let's build them their own Iron Dome. She wouldn't do that, right? So it's like, it's just weird, right? But if you live in this world, if you live in the world we live in, and the political world we live in, and you can do things on relative standards, this gets away with it because it's man or woman at the time shit. It's like good enough for the world we live in, not for people with fucking foresight, with moral foresight. Not good enough for them. But for these motherfuckers that live morally relative to the world we live in as of now, where you see some of the most horrendous shit happening on the planet, for them, yeah. That's a sufficient answer for these motherfuckers. Not for me, though. And not for many of you out there that think that can have a little bit of moral foresight and be like, this, what does defense mean? Like, we have questions, and what does that actually mean? On paper, what does that mean? Once again, anyone can say free Palestine. Any fucking human can say that. Actually, funny enough, well, actually, some people can't say it. Funny enough, that Bernie rally where the Free Palestine flag was there and those people got kicked out, she was there, right? What'd she do about that? Does anyone know what she did about that? Did she say anything about it? Did she, sprint to the fucking back rooms and be like, yo, let these motherfuckers go, bro. Let them out. Let them go. Maybe anyone can't just say Free Palestine. Oh, God. All right, there's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment. Agree, disagree. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Like, I know many of the people that have been following my channel do not trust this woman. I understand why. I don't trust her either. I was saying for this woman to get the fuck out a long time ago. And many of you have been in the same boat. But maybe there's people that still stand with like, oh, but she's the best chance we got. right? If we get rid of her, we'd be losing progress and the ground we gained. I mean, forgive me, guys, for being a bit skeptical of the ground gained because of her. Forgive me for being skeptical about it. But either way, I'll still talk with you. I'll still argue with you. I'll still hear your opinions out. I still leave room for possibilities of shit that maybe I don't understand or that I don't have foresight on. I leave room for that. So please let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them, then donate. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down. Sorry for all the rambling, too. Actually, I'm not sorry. It's my channel. I can talk if I want to. I can ramble in 10 million different directions. I can make this video go 20 more fucking minutes if I feel like it. Talking about, I don't know. It's NBA playoffs, trash, lowest ratings of all time shit. I can do that if I want to.
Well, fired Tibbs. I don't get it.
Yeah, Tom Thibodeau got fired. I can do that if I want on my fucking political channel, all right? Shut the fuck up. Anyways, don't forget to give this video a thumb. Actually, real fast before I leave. Someone's like, "Ew, your video sucks. I'm gonna give you a thumbs down," and then I timestamp where I ask for the video to be thumbs down. I consider that brilliant. It's beautiful. Anyways, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.